Chair recognizes Mr. Jack from Georgia.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for letting me get a little exercise this morning. I appreciate that. I want to start by saying, throughout this hearing, I've heard over and over and over again from our colleagues on the other side, Elon Musk's name invoked. And to me, it rings very similar to what I experienced over the last 9 years I've worked for President Trump. It seems like the Democrat playbook from 2015 through 2025 has been to singularly target one individual and over and over and over repeat talking points against that individual. And some pre-political advice, in 2016 it didn't work. In 2020, House Republicans gained seats. In 22, we gained seats. In 24, Donald Trump delivered one of the most impressive historic landslide victories we've ever seen. And it's because he offers solutions to the American people, and that's exactly what we House Republicans are doing. I want to spend my time today engaging with Mr. Schatz, talking about a solution that I campaigned on, something that really resonated with the constituents across my district. And I'll predicate by noting I'm probably one of the few members on this committee who actually was a federal employee. From 2017 to 2021, I served in the Executive Office of the President as the President's White House Political Director. And one of the things that I was tasked with while working for the President was helping move departments and agencies outside of Washington, D.C. so that they could be headquartered in areas that are more reflective of the people they're targeting to, or designed to serve. And Mr. Schatz, in your testimony, I very much appreciated you noting that 17 of the 24 agencies only use an average of 25% of agency headquarters office space. The American taxpayer is paying for office space that is not being used. And it's one of the things that I'm very passionate about. In 2019, we relocated large agencies within the Department of the Interior to Colorado, and we found a lot of success in doing so. So I just would love to get your thoughts and comments on that. I think that's an innovative solution that this Congress can move forward, and something President Trump campaigned on, and I'm so proud the American people gave him the victory and affirmation for that.
Well, thank you, Congressman, and we completely agree with that concept because it would enable the federal government to work more closely with state agencies that in many cases perform a lot of the same functions. And that's another form of duplication. That isn't necessarily turning those functions over to the states, but it is determining where it might be more effective and more efficient and deliver those services. And just briefly, the objective of an agency should be to deliver a service to someone, period, right? And then determine how that gets done, and then determine how much it costs. And the reverse is true. It's spend the money. If that doesn't work, spend more money. Don't take the time to figure out what works. This would be very helpful to reaching that conclusion.
Well, in that vein, and as my esteemed colleague to my left, Mr. Gill, noted, all the programs that were all the money previously spent by USAID, I have to imagine the people of Texas's 26th Congressional District or Georgia's 3rd Congressional District would not have made those decisions had they been employees at that agency headquarters. And in that vein, I just want to also note for the record, you'd have to drive an hour from where we sit right now to reach a precinct that voted for President Trump. Yet, of course, we saw a landslide victory across our country. To me, you need a federal workforce that's reflective of the balance that America is. And in this general area, we've got 90–95% Democrat participation in elections. To me, that's from where our federal workforce is coming. That's why we have so many problems that we've discussed here today. I also want to note, Mr. Schatz, your leadership at Citizens Against Government Waste has led to trillions of dollars of savings for Americans. You've done an incredible service to your country. And I just want to close with a final question to you. Based on your wealth and knowledge and experience, what are the most prominent patterns or locations that you find waste, fraud, and abuse in our federal government? Any advice to the committee before I finish?
Well, it runs across all agencies. And I would note on the Department of Defense, when the Grace Commission made its recommendations and found $424.4 billion in savings, 25% of that was in the Department of Defense. As has been noted, they failed an audit. Joint Strike Fighter is pretty much of a mess. Less than half, about 55% of them are available for use. So the procurement system needs a lot of reform. Information technology, 80% of the systems are legacy systems, and some of them, they're so old you can't find people to fix them or service them. And that's an investment, in our view, that's worth making. Upgrade those systems, and then people will be able to find out from the click of a button, what's going on with their money, and that would be extremely helpful for transparency, accountability, and more efficiency.
Well, I'm grateful for your testimony today. I hope every committee member reads all the innovative solutions that you've offered us, and likewise, I hope my colleagues join me in helping relocate our departments and agencies outside of Washington, D.C. I yield back to our distinguished chairman, Mr. Comer.